Hoş geldiniz, people. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are exploring one of the supposed best beaches in all of Turkey and also the longest stretch of beach in all of Turkey. We are on Patara Beach right now and we cannot wait to go in and dive into this beautiful open ocean. It's stretching roughly around 20 kilometers of gorgeous coastline, and then after we check out beautiful Patara Beach, we're going to bring you guys along on our very first impression of the historical town of Kalkan, and we're super excited to show you guys around, so let's jump right in.
Is it Kalkan? Very good. Is it Turkey? Welcome. Kalkan, Turkey.
Yes.
Very nice. See you later. Bye. Aşık.
Türkiye çok güzel.
Evet, aynen. Güzel bak.
Türkiye, Türkiye.
Yes, yes. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow, come back tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Görüşürüz.
Görüşürüz.
Now we came here this morning from Kalkan on the Dolmuş, and for two people we paid 50 Turkish lira in order to get here. And another thing that we did not know is that Patara Plage is located in an archaeological zone, which means that you have to buy tickets to that zone in order to access the beach. Those tickets were 90 Turkish lira per person, but they are so worth it. There's a lot to explore around here. There's a huge archaeological site which we drove through on the Dolmuş, and it looks very interesting, and I'm not sure if we're going to do that today because it is very hot. But this beach by itself, oh my god, it's so stunning. But be prepared when you come here. There's not much out here, so in case you want to bring any snacks, water, drinks and so on, definitely make sure to bring that with you, because the only thing,
I don't know if you can see that back there, there is a little restaurant down there
where we got an Americano and a chai earlier today, just to kind of arrive at the beach and relax for a second. But that's pretty much the only place where you can buy something here, so come prepared. Patara Beach is truly amazing. It's one of the first beaches out here that is really just in nature.
Now obviously over there you have like a little bit of a zone where you can rent sun loungers and umbrellas,
but the biggest part of the beach is
just untouched. It's just the way it is. No music,
no shops, nothing basically. And this area here as well is where the careta, so the loggerhead turtle, breeds, and you can actually see
all over the beach that turtles are breeding here. And now, for example, here in this little square you would have
turtle eggs. So they are putting these little cages or little marking signs over it, just to make sure that nobody basically lies on top of them. I'm not 100% sure how they know where those turtles exactly are breeding, but well, it's good. It's good that some people are looking after the turtles around here. And the water here, sorry, I'm trying to walk to the water. Okay.
In the water here you basically have a very long zone where you can walk out and where it doesn't get deep at all. I don't know if you can see that out there where Luke is waving at the moment. Don't know if you can see him. It is very so
you can walk, you can walk very far out. It's not getting deep at all, only kind of like after maybe 100 meters it gets deep. And you have two really high wave zones as well, which is a lot of fun because we are kind of lying around in the sun at the moment, or Luke is out there now swimming, but I was lying in the sun just kind of watching people, and you see a lot of people
struggle out here with the waves, so you can see that they are kind of blown over and over again by the large waves, which is really fun to see. Luke is actually standing exactly in the end of the wave zone there where he was just blown over. He's standing
exactly where the waves are the highest, because for him it's fun, but I think a lot of people, especially if you have kids, they might be struggling around here. And another thing, before I forget, I was just out snorkeling here for about half an hour or so, and I think I have experience in snorkeling and diving as well with the bottle for about I want to say 30 years, no, not 30 years, but like 26 years probably. And I was struggling out here quite a bit. So in case you don't have a lot of experience with diving or snorkeling, I wouldn't not suggest you to do that here. Basically what happens is, because it is so wavy and it is a sand beach, you don't see anything underwater. So I have been losing orientation a little bit, and because the waves are so high and you don't have any focal point to orientate on, I felt a little bit sick in the water, which happened to me for the very first time in my entire life. And I have been kind of snorkeling in, I don't know, probably 15 different countries, I want to say. This is the first time that happened, so just be wary in case you are a diver or a snorkeler out here. I think it is a little bit dangerous, and it's very easy to lose orientation out here.
Okay guys, so we are on the bus now, headed back towards Kalkan, and we're going to give you guys our very first impressions of Kalkan, as we just arrived yesterday and we haven't seen absolutely anything yet. Now, Patara Beach, that was absolutely incredible. Really was, I think, one of the best beaches that we've been to since we came to Turkey. The nature was just spectacular. It was very quiet. There wasn't any loud music, no crazy stuff happening. People were genuinely just there to enjoy the atmosphere of the beach, and that really just made the experience so much better.
I wanted to say the same thing. The beach here is for sure one of the best beaches that we've seen. Now, maybe not the nicest scenery. You can argue that Deniz and Fethiye has a nicer scenery with the Babadag mountain and so on around it. But this beach is just so stunning because it's just left the way it is. It's completely natural sand beach though, and it's a lot of fun there. And also, if you look out of the window here, you can see the ruins that take over the camera. You can see the archaeological sites that I have been talking about earlier, and this is the reason that you have to pay money in order to go to Patara Plaza. So if you go to Patara Plaza, you can basically get off somewhere or just walk to this archaeological site, get out and walk around a little bit. Oh, there's even a little sheep over there. No, sheep, don't miss the bus. The sheep is missing the bus. No! Wow, as we are leaving the beach, you can see how many people were just arriving there. There were probably another, I don't know, 50 cars or so trying to get the tickets to enter Patara Beach. Now, we haven't necessarily been at the beach super early. It was kind of midday. But in the afternoon, like late afternoon, it seems like it's getting a lot busier here.
Alright guys, so we're just after hopping off the bus and we have arrived here in beautiful Kalkan. We're going to go and grab a quick bite to eat because we spent a considerable few hours at the beach in Patara, so we're certainly feeling a little bit on the hungry side of life. There's plenty of options for restaurants and things to eat while you're here in Kalkan, and we seem to have spotted a place just across the road that's called Saliha Sultan, and it seems to be a pretty decent option to check out, so let's go and try this place out. Alright guys, so that was a much needed bit of food. We just pretty much picked the first restaurant that we saw when we arrived here in Kalkan, and it definitely didn't disappoint us. It was a fast food restaurant, so I got a cheeseburger and fries, very American, and Naomi decided to go for a beef wrap, and both were actually very tasty. Price wise, it is on the expensive side because Kalkan is obviously on the Turkish Riviera. You do have a massive amount, and I'm talking a massive amount, of British tourists here, particularly kind of from Fethiye onwards down south around here, Kalkan, Kash area. You do have just Brits everywhere, and look at me, I'm Irish and I'm here as well, but nonetheless that meal was perfect. Came to a total of 280 lira for both of the meals, including a Coke Zero and a water as well, so no complaints here.
And 2 chai.
And 2 chai as well.
Yeah, so but what I heard is that the British people here aren't necessarily all tourists. So this city apparently, even in the winter time, is populated by around 70% British people who, for example, retired here, bought a house, or just live and work here all year round. So it's around 70% or something like that, at least what we heard other people say, so like local Turkish people say here. And that's why the prices here are a little bit more expensive, a little bit more Europeanized, I'd say. But nonetheless, that meal was very, very tasty and absolutely needed.
So I suppose I'll give you guys a little bit of what you can expect to see when you first arrive here in Kalkan. This is the street where the autogar is, so just straight up here, up this street here, is where the bus station is. So it's where you're going to first arrive in Kalkan itself. And this street basically cuts down and makes a curve, and then you have the beach over here on the right hand side of Naomi. And plenty of restaurants, so many different options for you along here. It is a really sort of charming place. Definitely size-wise, Kalkan is on the smaller side of things, and that definitely adds to the charm of this place for sure. But yeah, this is basically what you're gonna see when you first arrive here in this amazing town. Plenty of options for you guys. Got some friendly doggos here. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Oh, very friendly doggos. And yeah guys, we're gonna make our way kind of from here towards the actual center itself of Kalkan, so let's go and check it out. All right guys, so we made it here to the beautiful center of Kalkan, and wow, what a charming place this is. As we said, plenty of British people that are here, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference, to be honest. The only thing that it changes is you're going to be paying a little bit more than regular prices here. But I think when you take into account just how beautiful this place is, it really doesn't matter, because you're surrounded by fantastic scenery. You have amazing views out onto the water, and you're surrounded by stuff like this. How nice is this? And everything is kind of like very photogenic, and it just makes you want to take Instagram pictures of everything.
Check this out. It's a sink full of cacti. You really don't want to wash your hand in that sea of cacti, I believe. That would be more of a painful experience. Merhaba.
Merhaba.
But this street is so nice. Check this out. It's so beautiful here. There's a lot of stuff going on here in the city that just kind of looks like a boho type of chic. And what I find very interesting is that it looks like the locals here are putting these random, well, they're not random, the Turkish eye, I believe it's called nazar, kind of to keep evil and jealousy and so on away from you. They put that everywhere here, all over the streets, into the floor, which I believe is super beautiful. What I think is really funny here in this town is that there are so many English and well, UK in general people, that the locals here started to adapt the kind of English accent. So whenever somebody's trying to get you into their restaurant or try to sell you ice cream or whatever, they're like, "Come on, mate," or something like that. Do it in a proper accent.
Come on mate, let's have an ice cream, shall we?
So that's how they approach you, which I think is so cute. Obviously we are not English people.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you tomorrow. Is it Kalkan very good? Is it Turkey? Welcome. Kalkan, Turkey.
Yes.
Very nice. See you later. Bye. Aşık.
Türkiye çok güzel.
Evet, aynen. Güzel bak.
Türkiye. Turkey.
Yes, yes. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow, come back tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Görüşürüz.
Görüşürüz. The locals are very, very friendly around here and super cute. He didn't have an English accent. That was the perfect exception from the rule, but he wasn't trying to sell anything. So yeah, if you come here and you speak to the people, a lot of times they will say things like, come on, mate.
All right, guys, so second beach of the day, and this is actually the main public beach here in Kalkan. Kalkan Halk Plaji is what the name of it is on Google Maps anyways. But it is a stony beach in comparison to the sandy beach of Patara that we were on earlier. And let me tell you something, guys, because this is a stony beach, the water is so much clearer. The blueness of this water, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's like almost turquoise, and I'm sure you can see straight down to the bottom, and the sun is slowly starting to set over Kalkan, and the setting here is just absolutely mind-blowing, magnificent in every way possible. Have a look. Off here you can see plenty of boats, boat tours, day trips, etc. that you can do from the marina, which is actually just around the corner from here. And this beach in general is gorgeous.
This is
Yes?
welcome. Kalkan Halk Plajı. Turkish, very good, very nice.
Kalkan Halk Plaji.
Çok güzel.
Evet, çok güzel.
Manzara süper. Ben Kalkan plaj aşık. Teşekkür ederim.
Teşekkürler.
İçeri.
As you can tell, people like this place. There's plenty of locals that are here on the beach at the moment, relaxing and taking in, as I said, the sun setting right now. Unbelievable, just great. And to be honest, there's no better place for us to come right now, because it's been a long day. We had a nice meal, and now, as I was just showing you guys, boats, beautiful clear blue water. There's loads of like holiday villas and etc. over here that are probably have incredible views out here over the water as well. But nonetheless, Kalkan, it is a really, really beautiful place and a great time.
We just went to a super nice cafe which is called Merkez Cafe and Bar there, and we got a glass of rosé and a
Corona beer as well, and it was the perfect way to wrap up today's adventure around Kalkan and Patara Beach. And let me tell you something, guys, if you haven't checked this place out yet, wow, one of the nicest places that we've been to so far here on the coast of Turkey.
100%, I couldn't agree more. But that is it from us today, you guys.
My name is Luke.
My name is Naomi.
We are the two Mad Explorers.
And this is your reminder to keep exploring.
See you guys in the next adventure.
Thanks for watching. Görüşürüz.